Hello, good people. Thank you for coming to visit me today. As you can see, I am again outside. Believe me, it is hot. However, we got some cloud cover. Looks like, the storm is on its way. It's going to rain. That's all right though. We can use a little refresher, and a little water is always good for the green stuff. So, the clouds rolling in just made me think of those those days when you felt really, really alone, when you felt like you had no friend. And the message that I want to bring to you today is simply that it takes a friend to be a friend. Now, I know that when you are going through your toughest times, you feel like, you know what, that's the time when your friends should reach out to you the most. And, I had a situation like that too. And I was really down. I actually had been in a car accident, and I was healing. And during the time that I was healing, I was home, I wasn't working, and I was really down about it. And, my friends that I thought were my friends that I had for a long, long time, nobody reached out to talk to me, and nobody reached out to see if I was okay. And, I just felt really, really bad. And I cut a whole lot of people off because I felt like I was, doing the right thing, and, using my discernment to judge who were my real friends and who weren't. So a couple things on this. Number one, I don't think that people really understand how connected people are to you. And it comes in the form of nonverbal communication, and sometimes nuances within your verbal communication. So that is to say, when you're down and when you're feeling not your best, you tend to send off those signals. And it could be in your body language. It could be how you are walking, your posture, your head is down, your shoulders are down, or you seem really not accessible. You don't seem receptive. Things may not be going well in your life. Let's say you don't have a job at the time, and you're really stressed out about money. When you interact with people, whether it be on the phone, whether it be in person, Skype, whatever, people pick up on nonverbal clues. And also, they pick up on what you say and how you say it. So a lot of times when we feel like people aren't reaching out to us, it is because we are sending off these vibes that are clear to others that we are not happy. And we know that misery loves company. So most people don't want to be miserable. Most people are striving every day to be happy in their own stressful situation. So when the stress is coming off of you, and when these vibes are coming off of you, it battles other people. That's something that's an additional burden sometimes that people can feel, and I don't think they really even realize that they feel it. Now, true friends, I agree, will probably pick up on that, and that will be the time that they really come to you. Other people who are also friends, don't get me wrong, may feel that energy and feel like, you know what, maybe they need time to themselves. Maybe this is not the best time to, talk about this group trip that we're all going on, and we're all paying, $200 deposits every 2 weeks until we go to, Cancun. Maybe this isn't the right time to talk to her about that. And that's also being fair. That's also being sensitive to a friend. So if they know that you're going through a bad situation, and they know that this is in the works for the rest of the group, maybe they're not contacting you because they know that this is going to be hard for you to handle, hard for you to say no. And, they are really in touch with you and really are friends. Also, you have to understand that when you're going through your down moment and it seems like nothing is going on in your life, you have more than enough time to sit and think about it, contemplate, stew on it. And the other person, your friends, their life may be just moving along just as busy and hectic as normal. And when your life was busy and you were still in a better place, but things were busy and things were moving, you could talk to your friends and you guys could share information like, oh my gosh, remember when so and so, and yeah, it feels like this to go to work and that traffic was terrible. You guys can share these things, and although you're busy and your life is hectic, you are sending off different vibes to that person, so they feel connected with you. They can share those emotions, and therefore would be more apt to contact you again and keep in touch with you. But when you are down and your thoughts are like, this is never getting better, or I'm never gonna get that promotion, or you know what, I always get passed over, or you know what, the world is a terrible place, or nobody cares about me, those emotions and those thoughts, once again, as we know, creates your reality. People feel that. Those vibes come off of you. It's evident in what you say, the words that you choose, how you look when you say it, the intonation in your voice, your body language, all of that people pick up on. So I'm saying all that to say, sometimes it takes being a friend to have a friend. So although it may be at the toughest moment where you're hoping someone reaches out to you, one of the best things that you can do is to break out of that and stop isolating yourself, and you take the first step to reach out to someone and just be honest when you do. Hey, you haven't contacted me in a while. Probably is because you can just feel the funk rushing off of me, but I really need to talk to somebody, and I'm hope that you're here to listen. And you know what? That person would feel grateful that out of all the people that you know, and in the worst of times, they're the ones that you turn to. And that could just spark off a wonderful interaction between you and that person. And a lot of times, people are going through their own stress and don't want to burden you with that. They feel like, you know what, if I call someone, or if I reach out to someone, if I go out to this party, if I go out to the bar where everybody's going and they start up a conversation, my conversation is always going to go to how stressed out I am, or what I don't have, or what I want, and things like that. So they avoid those situations. So you got to understand that people are doing the same thing. It's not a personal thing like, oh, they hate you. It's just that people shy away from unpleasant situations, unpleasant vibes, stressful, depressing vibes. And when you give that off, it makes people take a step back. So in addition to you reaching out to that friend, it breaks the habit to be isolated. It gets you talking, and you never know. You reaching out to that person might be so perfectly planned that, you know what, in that conversation, you forget all about what's going on with you, and you realize that somebody right now is worse off than you do, and they could use you being there for them. A lot of times we get so much more by giving. We receive so much more love by giving love. Instead of expecting it, instead of waiting for it. If this is how you feel, and you know that you're the type of person that if you saw a friend down, you would reach out, do the same thing when you're down. Reach out. Let people know honestly how you're feeling. If it's a good friend of yours and you guys really are good friends, you can be honest and say, hey, I'm really disappointed that you know I'm down. You haven't even reached out to me. And, you know, I'm just making sure you okay. And then I'm going to get on you for not contacting me. You know, you just be honest. But sitting and waiting and assuming that you know why someone didn't reach out to you really does not make the situation any better. So, just got to realize that everybody in life is struggling, that you have to know your friends, you have to know yourself, you have to realize what you put off is what comes back to you, that people are just mirrors of ourselves. And instead of accusing that friend or accusing that person of not caring for you because they haven't reached out, just take a moment and sit and think about how have you been? Have you portrayed this image of needing help, or have you portrayed this image of I'm all right? You know, you have to look at yourself and be honest with your situation and be honest with everyone in life. We all go through things and we all stress, and the times when you think that no one is reaching out to you, they could be going through the worst moment in their lives as well. So take the moment, reach out, give love to receive love. All right. So I'm going to try to get back in the house before this rain comes through and consumes me. But of course, I have one little gem to drop on you today. And it's just a quote from Maria Shriver. And it says, when the world is so complicated, The simple gift of friendship is within all of our hands. Hold on, let me put this down. All right, let that melt on your mind. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you once again for coming to see me. Please, if you like this video or any of the other videos, click the like button and subscribe. And also share this video if you think it can help anyone else. Thank you once again for coming to see me. And remember, you are good people. Have a good life.